He was hanged in the year 1963 for kidnapping and murder. He was the last person to be executed in Iowa. He requested a single olive with the pit for his last meal as he hoped that it would grow into an olive tree inside his body. When asked for the last meal of his choice, he requested 12 fried shrimp, a bucket of KFC fried chicken, French fries, and strawberries. He wanted to have a bucket of KFC fried chicken as he had served as a manager of 3 KFC restaurants. What makes his last wish unique is the fact that he decided to spend his last hours watching the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. He was charged with 2 counts of murder. He also wanted to have a steak, lobster tail, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, and 7-Up for his last meal. His last wish was granted, as you cannot say no to the Lord of the Rings. He wanted to die of diabetes before he could be executed and therefore had 18 servings of Coca-Cola and Pepsi and 3 helpings of chocolate ice cream before his execution. He was a dangerous serial killer who was convicted of the rape and murder of 21 people. Even though he took other people's lives, it seems that he himself was quite scared to get executed. Well, his trick did not work as it was lethal injection and not diabetes that took his life. He wanted a large veg pizza to be given to a homeless person, but his request was denied. Although he was a murderer, he still seemed to have a big heart. After his execution, people throughout the country began a campaign to give vegetarian pizzas to the homeless people in his honor. As his last supper, he wanted to have the Eucharist or the Lord's Supper. He became a really devout Christian while he was in the prison. Just like the disciples of Jesus, he too had bread and wine for his last supper. He did not want to have any special meal but rather requested justice, equality, and world peace. He had the most meaningful last wish ever. Even though he did do some horrible things, but towards the end of his life, he became a completely different man. Unfortunately, the prison officials could not fulfill his last wish. He ordered more than 10 food items for his last meal, but when the lavish meal finally arrived, he decided not to have it. Even his request for the last meal proves what kind of a wicked man he was. He asked for a triple bacon cheeseburger, 2 chicken fried steaks with gravy and onions, cheese and beef omelette, tomatoes, a meat lover's pizza, bell peppers, jalapenos, a bowl of okra, 1 pound of barbecued meat, half a loaf of bread, 3 fully loaded fajitas, 3 root beers, a pint of ice cream and a slab of peanut butter fudge. As his last wish, he actually gave commands to the soldiers for his own execution. He was one of the most respected commanders in Napoleon's army. But after the defeat of Waterloo, he was captured and tried for treason and was found guilty. He refused to wear a blindfold and insisted upon giving the order to fire himself. His last wish was granted. He asked that he be allowed to touch jail Dr. Barsueb Mukherjee's feet, as a last wish. He was found guilty of the rape and murder of a 14-year-old girl. The night before he was hanged, the inmates sang Rabindra Sangeet and other songs by Kishore Kumar to make him feel a bit relaxed. Thanks for watching. If these people had not committed these horrendous crimes, they could live and fulfilled all their wishes.